wildcard group out on roll.
To the bottom right of the map, we have the player for the Prime team in red. He is
Byun Prime.
2-0 in this group. Can he get a third win? He's up against a Zerg player once again. This time, he's up against the guy to the top left in blue, who's already back in Code A. He can't advance anymore. He's 0-3 in this group. Here's
GSL Shine.
And Byun is going for a proxy. Sends his SCVs, this time away from the overlords, very carefully to the right side of the map. No way he will be seen.
no drone scout for Shine. Shine has no clue. He sends the overlord across the map, but the overlord will take a long time. And as I said, he sends out a drone after all. And he is going to see the proxy.
Yep, he sends it right in the right direction.
I think he is, right? Yes, yes, especially now with the second barracks.
Yeah.
He sees both. He knows exactly what's going on. Should send out another drone. And sends out one for the hatch. Does he send out another one to attack those SCVs?
That's the question. It's so far away that I think he's really thinking about it.
Oh, he cancels. He knows he's not going into hatch. He's going into pool instead.
Yeah.
And he most likely will start gas so that he can get speed. And with a speed circling, make sure he will take this down. Nice micro here from Byun on the SCV, trying to make it survive, but he has to abandon the idea of getting this barracks.
At least for now. He'll use the second SCV when it finishes. But for now, you're right. He can't stick around anymore. He's going to lose it.
No gas, by the way.
He needs
we
to
don't
repair.
have gas for Shine.
It looks like that barracks may actually just finish without any more trouble. You're right about the gas. He starts the hatchery instead. Doesn't want to find himself contained. We've seen players get contained when they try to go gas on one base. He actually decides to cancel. This is a great choice.
And he cancels it after Shine moves back.
Yep.
So Shine still assumes that there are two barracks available to Byun to build Marines.
Great position by Shine on the drones here. He can spot anything that moves forward to try to put pressure on him. And he's got now enough lings out to hold what's going on, but I mean, considering what Byun is really doing behind this, it's actually a slight overreaction. But he might be able to stop the command center from landing. In fact, there's no wall at home that he could use to defend his main base, and with no marine production, there's the wall.
That's the barracks that he starts. Now we have gas for Shine. Shine with the queens. He completely ignores the rest of his opponent's units on the map. He's just going for the main base at the bottom right, where Byun Prime is currently getting 2 refineries, starting his gas, trying to start with his tech.
Yeah, Byun finds himself actually in a very similar situation when he played against Jaedong. His proxy was scouted, shut down, and he uses one barracks to scout and transitions at home.
Against Jaedong, we saw a roach opening from the Zerg player and trying to capitalize on the fact that the entire economy, the army, the tech, everything was really delayed for Byun. And then he kind of blew it a little bit when those Hellions were running into the main base. What is Shine's response going to be? He already has gas, so he can go either for lair taking, he can go for a bit more aggression. Starts with the speed first.
Yeah, speed first, and the factory comes out at the normal time you'd expect to see from Byun, even considering how his proxy went in the beginning. He can't move his command center down because of those things that are there. And that's something that Shine has been very happy with, very pleased that he can keep him up at the top of the ramp. Those barracks will scout everything. He's gonna know, okay, how many gas are you mining?
You know, that's what he did in the last game. He went right over with the barracks and used it as a scout because he knew, well, if I just fly back with the barracks to my main base, it's going to take an eternity and I don't really get anything out of it. I already have to build the barracks back at home and I can use this for the marine production to hold the initial attacks of my opponent. If I get the scouting information, I at least know what he's going to do, if he's going to be aggressive, if he's just trying to macro it up. So it's a really good decision for Byun to do it. He saves the scan with this.
Yep, and he can always come back later with it as long as he keeps it alive until the lair tech is done. 16 lings come out for Shine, and he put back in gas. I think he's going to do a Baneling attack, because as soon as Byun moved his barracks away, he put them back in the gas, so Byun doesn't know. He starts 3 drones behind this. Is going to put him up to a total of 33.
A second gas. You know, he could actually just try to go for a Baneling bust.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do.
Especially in the situation that he's in. He's still building drones, though. He's not completely focused on the Zerglings at this point. So I feel we might not see a Baneling attack.
It's so weird that he made this many Lings if he's not going to do it, though. You know, he went up to 30 Zerglings.
Yeah, he has 30 Zerglings, but why get this many drones? That doesn't... He gets 3 Overlords as well. He's supplyable, but he knew it for a while already, and now with the Evolution Chamber, the double Evolution Chamber, there's no way that he's going to go for a Baneling bust.
Yeah.
But it would have been an option for him. He saw already aggression coming out of Jaedong when he was in a similar position, but he decides to go into a macro game.
Oh, that wall! Oh, he's going to try to trap the Hellions here.
Which wall?
Yeah, exactly.
Now we have a wall. He's not able to break through, but he was able to force the lift on the command center on the low ground. So this is annoying for Byun, he can't mine.
He also burned down those trees, making Belshir Vestige actually really more like its name.
This is actually becoming a bigger and bigger problem. Greenpeace already called the GSL and was like, guys, seriously, you have to be a little bit more, you have to pay more attention to that. We can't have that.
We can't have that. There's a risk that there's a forest fire if he keeps burning trees down like this.
There are neutral koala bears that live in those trees and they are not happy.
They are really pissed, in fact. They say, listen, take our tile set and use it somewhere else. Don't allow Terran players to burn down our trees. Now, we're going to see Medivacs here. No Banshee follow-up. Again, Byun with exactly what we did last game with his barracks to deny the third base. This is something that I think that we will see more often from players who go for proxies. Now that Byun has shown this, and it's really the first time I can ever think of somebody doing it consistently as a follow-up, and I think that more and more players will actually just put one forward barracks pressure on and use the barracks to scout after this.
Baneling Nest, Lair Tech, +1/+1, Hellions chasing down Zerglings. That's what we have in this game currently. Byun is supply block, just building one of his supply depots to change it, but he lost a lot of mining time when Shine was able to force the lift on the low ground. Harvester count killed so far. Shine took down 2 SCVs. Harvesters, we have 41 SCVs against 52 Harvesters. 52 drones, that is. And once more for Shine, straight into the Spire. Going for the Mutalisk, and a lot of Banelings here to deal with the Hellions and the Marines on the map.
Yeah.
Also a lot of Marauders here.
He's got a strong push coming. At this moment in time, the composition he has is really good, but one concern is that Shine has the tools. He has 1/1 and he has Banelings to defend.
And he has the creep spread, which gives him a little bit of an edge.
Oh, he's totally surrounding Byun here.
Great.
But of course with these medivacs he can pick up and get away.
Nice reaction by Byun to use the medivacs here, but he lost a bit, and he lost the momentum that he had going for him. On creep, the Zerglings and Banelings were too fast, even without the speed upgrade for the Banelings.
He tries to get in a position to engage these Lings, but he should probably just pick up. He does, but he loses a lot before he makes that choice. So that was not the best engagement for Byun in the middle of the map. His Spire for Shine is almost done. And the Marine count here is decent enough to defend it, but how many mutas is Shine going to commit to? He doesn't have that much gas saved up, so it looks like it's just going to be a few.
He went straight in 2/2/2. This is where all his gas went. And he is way ahead in the upgrades. Byun is just now on the way to get +1/+1. So the upgrades for Shine are really good. And now with the gas that he gets at his third base, he can go into the Mutalisk transition. Question is, as you said, how much is he going to commit to it? Will he just try to shut down drop play, or will we see him with aggression?
Yeah, that's a good question. Just thinking about Byun's situation now, we haven't really talked about that much for this particular set. We've talked about this a lot in the past, of course, but on this map, taking a third base against a Zerg player who has heavily upgraded Zerglings, who's ahead of you in upgrades and has decent map presence, it's hard to actually move that command center over. And even though the game looks pretty close right now, things are going to get out of control for Byun in very quick order as soon as he wants to move that base over, because that's when Shine has so many different opportunities to harass him, to try to force a cancel on that move over.
One of the things that's going to happen, though, is that Shine will in a few seconds be on the peak of his strength in this game. With the composition that he plays here, he can only rely on +2/+2 upgrades before he goes into the Hive Tech. So if you want to make a Zergling, Baneling, Mutalisk composition happen, no, only 2. Yeah, if you want to make that happen, then you have to hit when the upgrades are ready, or you have to transition, and this is now the choice that he has to make. If he stays too long on layer with +2/+2, he will lose precious time to go for +3/+3, to go for this tech, and this gives Byun the opportunity to catch up in upgrades and get ahead. So right now, with those 2 upgrades finishing, this is when Shine is becoming the strongest.
Yeah, he's really, really got this position on the map to where Byun has to sit back and wait a little bit longer. He has to wait for a stronger army before he can actually move out and take any presence. Look at Shine's Lings at the 3rd. That's exactly what he's like. Do you have a 3rd year? Because if you do, I'm actually just going to rain on your parade and ruin it. But you don't have it. So, okay, I just walk back. I still have my army. And I'd like to see him put down that infestation pit because, like you said, there it is. Because this composition cannot last forever.
He needs to make sure that he has a transition. Attacking into a 2-base Terran player with a sieged up position is always difficult. You don't want to do that. You try on a map like Belcher Vestige. This is not Antigua Shipyard. You try here to just deny the 3rd for as long as possible. I wouldn't be surprised to see another base coming up for Shine any second now, trying to get a 4th, and then just running with the economy lead. He has overlords everywhere on the map. He has the Mutalists to make sure that all these dropships are not going to reach their target. And he has all the tools at this point, dominating this middle of the middle of the game.
He can kill us. He might take that base in the middle because his creep is so good there. By the way, am I crazy or did we not have a game a few days ago where this map had gold bases in the middle of the map?
I think you're crazy.
I swear I saw gold bases in the middle of this map, and I was like, I didn't think GSL ever had gold bases, but since
Pro
they
League
took
has
them out.
maps with gold bases.
I don't know what. I could have sworn this map had a gold base the other day. But anyways, that's just a weird wolf moment here. Hive is on the way. Patton Glan's lining up now. He can start Infestors in just a few seconds.
The 3rd base attempt by Byun here has his command center at the bottom left, trying to bring the siege tanks in.
He's doing it really safely.
He's spreading himself very thinly now. He has to. He's doing it safely, but he has to spread himself out.
This is the safest way you can actually take your base. He is a little bit spread thin, but Shine is going to try to attack. We saw him actually fail with this before, but this time looks pretty good.
As long as he takes down those siege tanks and saves the Banelings, and he's trying to. All those things are now running in.
So many of the units were not there. They were just in the main base for some reason.
The Marines focus down a lot of those Mutalisks. Now the rest of the Marines are just bouncing back. +2/+2 is not done for Byun.
And that was a great Baneling hit. It looks like Shine will have to eventually move back now here, but he can take out some of the SCVs on his way out.
Yeah, goes to the 3rd base, takes down the SCVs, kills Mining Time, forces another stim of the Marines.
All the siege tanks gone. Not all of them, but he took out so many of those. That's a lot of resources Byun needs to reuse. And it looks like Shine might want to go for a follow-up attack here. He has to think long and hard about this because he's throwing away a lot of Lings on this rally. And if this attack doesn't work, because Byun still has double siege tank production, he made a 2nd factory a little bit faster than many Terran players would have. If the attack doesn't work, then Byun has the ability to get back into this game and start taking map control for himself. This attack is so important, but does he have enough to defend it?
Here comes the 2nd wave, and the siege tanks with very good hits against the Banelings. Nice targeting by Byun, and he forces this back. I'm not sure if I really like how deeply Shine tried to penetrate into the natural of his opponent with the first attack. Hitting the 3rd base would have been much better for him. He has the better economy, he can go into the double base that he now built, but can run with this a little bit longer. As long as he denies the mining at the 3rd, these trades that he has are good, because he's going into +3/+3 and the Brood Lords. But now he lost a bit of his momentum. He's at even supply with Byun. He doesn't really have the bank that he had once. So this is getting scary for him. The 3rd base is now completely safe.
It is. He's defended it, and look at the supply difference. It's now much better for Byun than it was before. And I feel like since he's eliminated this attack one more time, he can now move across the map and start clearing out creep tumors and trying to be aggressive himself for the first time in probably 10 minutes in this game, where he's really moving across. Scans go down, he's clearing up the creep. This is, of course, the reason why Shine immediately goes for a run by at the 3rd. And there are some units here to defend, but he doesn't have a bunker. If he had a bunker, this would be a totally different situation. He's now going to lose a lot of SCVs.
Those SCVs and those Zerglings at the bottom left, they are doing a lot of damage, and this drop at the right side of the map doesn't do a lot here because Shine is in position, but the rest of the Terran army is now moving forward. The Lings kill the 3rd at the bottom left. They don't kill it, but they might.
Well, they might, yeah. It was getting pretty close. It's going to kill the gases for sure. Those can't fly, not yet.
Supply advantage for Shine, and he has the first Brood Lords.
Yep. Brood Lords
don't have Vikings, not a single one.
Bongo goes down on the medevacs. And
Byun is
Shine
losing a lot of ground. Even if this base is going to be killed, there is another one to the left side of the map.
Since he has that base to the left, this base doesn't matter that much. Byun tries to go in and target down the Broodlords. He's unsuccessful. Now he's going to lose his siege tanks. He may lose this game. There's no support for the tanks, and the Broodlords are flying in. The Lings roll in.
The Lings roll in. Everything is gone
And
except for the Medivacs, and the hatch survives.
Yeah, this is great for Shine. You know, he's not out of this group. He has no chance there, but he is definitely making a good showing in his final match.
He is, and now he's moving forward. He can pressure the third base of Byun. The TSL, the former TSL Zerg player, is now about to complete his +3 attack upgrade too. We have the armor upgrade coming up for Byun, but Byun is down 40 supply. He is currently on 3 bases against 5, and he might not be able to hold this third for long.
Yeah, it's going to be virtually impossible. Shine could try to even roll some Banelings in there if there's no units at home. Does clean up those Lings, but Byun is trying to make something work over here at this hatchery.
Yeah,
Fortunately, there's too many Lings. He's going to go for the snipe, though, on the other base, and Shine already knew this was going to be the case.
Yeah.
There's no way to defend that.
He can't hold the hatch. The one thing that is important now is that Shine decides a point where he moves in.
Yeah.
He can't play Byun's game. If he is only focusing on the drop play that Byun sends now across the map, then he will give the Terran player a lot of time. He's trying to hunt down the Medivac to the top right, and he has Corruptors there that can take out the dropship, but then he has to move on and pressure his opponent.
And he's going to do it right now. It looks like the Broodlord count he has built up. He's only got 3, in fact, never made any additional ones. The Corruptor count is pretty low as well at 4, so if Byun has a few more seconds, he can deal with the Broodlords, but the ground army is honestly, I feel, his bigger concern.
You know, given that Shine is playing with so many Zerglings, it surprises me a little bit that he didn't research Adrenal Glands.
Yeah, that's actually something that's really weird. I'm with you on that, because he has the resource to do it.
Yeah, he had the resource. Yeah, well,
When before he lost that hatchery. Now,
I think he just forgot about it.
Yeah, it's probably the case.
And here we go at the bottom left of the map. He moves in. The funnels are decent. He immediately leads with the Swarmex. The siege tanks are gone.
He did not get that last funnel that he needed, though, to kill these Marines, and Byun is going to push this back.
Byun is pushing it back for now, but he's down below 100 supply against 130. Shine didn't have all his units with him.
Yeah, Byun does not want to walk onto this creep too far, or Shine's remaining Zerglings are going to come and scoop him up in a few seconds. That Queen was
siege
misdirected. That was
alone on creep.
Yeah, that was a misdirected Queen. These are misdirected siege tanks. Where is the director of Velshire Vestige? He's getting it all wrong.
And once again, the Zerglings in the mineral line.
The Lings come in. This pushes Byun back. Shine has the base remade, but that's exactly what Byun wants to ruin over here with his drop. He's going to stem it down as best as he can.
The thing is, the game is not over yet, mainly because we have such a huge difference in the harvester count. The army supply, guys, is even. We have 30 harvesters. There it is. Oh, wait, actually, he must have just built another set of units, because it was even a second ago, but now we have a slight lead for Byun. We have a lead for Byun, yeah.
Yeah, and Shine, I think, lost a few units as well to, in the middle of the map, some Lings, but Byun is moving closer and closer to that base on the left side, and he damaged the hatchery on the right side so significantly. It's not mining right now. If Byun can get this hatchery, that's his main objective right now. The siege up is good, and the Marine splitting is even better.
The
but
siege
it looks like
tanks are gone, but so are the infestors that he has, and also the Banelings.
He has a few Lings here. These Lings should be enough to clean this up. Byun has to turn around here. He does not succeed in either of his objectives, taking the left base or the right, so Shine still remains in an economic lead here, and Byun is starting to mine out his third. This is going to be a concern for him coming forward here, because look at his minerals. He only has 75 right now. He's got a ton of gas, but he needs another command center pretty soon. And uh-oh, that Infestor! Excuse me. Has anyone seen Byun's army?
The army supply, well, right now I actually don't know it anymore. The army supply at this point is a little bit in the lead for Shine. He sends another set of Zerglings to the bottom left, and they can once more take down harvesters. He killed so many over the course of this game, 30 in total, and Byun has to send Marines again to the bottom left to make sure that this is not going to be a bigger problem for him. But as Wolf already pointed out, the mineral patches are getting pretty low here, but this is still a very, very close game.
Yeah.
Especially with the dropships now once more trying to hit the base at the third.
He kills the base before the spawning pool is, or rather the spine crawler is finished. He needs to target the hatch. Now he does it. And he should be able to get this with 3-3 upgrades on Marines.
What Byun isn't really prepared for is the switch into the Ultralisks, but
Yes.
what can they do? We don't have Marauders, but we also don't have, well, we have 7 Infestors for the Fungals, but not a lot of Ultralisks, only 3.
Byun cannot afford to trade like this out in the middle of the map because he is running out of money.
Yeah, he's losing too much. He's now down to 60
wow, so
supply.
the Vikings as well.
The Vikings are gone, and this base at the bottom left is his only hope. He needs to hold it. The attack at the top right is going to be thrown back with the Queen and the drones. The Zerglings again. These run-bys, they are completely destroying the Terran player.
Yeah, he fights the SCVs for a second. The medevacs are most of Byun's supply, in fact, and they're going to go down to the Fungals and the Infested Terrans, and Byun finds himself out of luck. A very close game, very back and forth, but it's Byun who will not prevail, and Shine, even though he has no chance of advancing from this group, definitely making a really good showing here.
One Ultralisk on the run, chased down by a few SCVs. Just ignoring those tanks in the back for a second. Here comes the Infestor power, but 26 supply against 103. That is already it. GG. Byun loses the game. Shine with 1 victory at last. I feel sorry for him. He did what he could. He wins 1 game in this group. And now, coming back into another Terran versus Zerg. Shine, of course, really sad that he was not able to make it today. The only opponent that he was able to beat is Byun. And this leaves Byun with a score of 2-1. He's tied in games, in wins, with Jaedong and with Symbol.
Yeah.
And the next game that we have is a Terran versus Zerg. Center has to face Jaedong. And Jaedong, if Jaedong wins, then Jaedong is in Code S. If Center takes the game, then he has still a shot to advance to Code S, and he will also make sure that Byun is in Code S if he wins. So Center cannot advance right away, but he can save himself an opportunity to advance. He can make sure, and he can lend the follow Terran player a bit of support.
That's true.
So
And
whatever happens here, 1 player will be in Code S.
that's true.
Either Byun if Center takes the game, or Jaedong if Jaedong wins.
Jaedong needs this win. If he doesn't win, he's not going to be in this, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you are mistaken. Yeah, you are mistaken. He still has a chance.
Okay.
If Byun wins against... If Jaedong loses now, Byun wins against Symbol, then Jaedong still has a shot.
Okay, then he still does that. Okay. Makes sense. Now, the map here is going to be Daybreak. Center is a player that I think a lot of people are rooting for since his breakout performance. He's got such a good story behind him. His win against his teammate is the reason why he's still in this group. And if he wins here, he's definitely got a good shot, but he has to do it.
Yeah, he has to win, and the same is true in a sense for Jaedong. He's not out if he loses, but if he wins here, he's in Code S. And that's what he wants to achieve. He could have won the game. Oh yeah, he's now in a 2-1 score with a 3-0. He would already be in Code S, but still, this game is gonna decide his fate to a certain extent. He's not gonna drop to Code A. If he loses it, he still can hope for Byun to take the game against Symbol later on, but he has it in his own hands now. Daybreak is the map where we will see the 2 of them. Jaedong and Center, both of them getting ready. You can see them work on their setup right now, just making sure that everything is fine. They had to switch booths once again.
Yep, and we're going to have them in the lobby in just a moment. Looks like they're both just testing settings right now. Who do you think is going to take this game? I would give a slight advantage to Jaedong, but he's tired and he made some questionable decisions in some of his earlier games.
I actually think that Jaedong has a really good shot. The problem that he had, he played well against Byun, but the big problem that he had, his decision making was great, and then these Blue Flame Hellions came into his base. Something that he just didn't see for whatever reason. He must have not paid attention to the minimap. He could have just built an evolution chamber. We talked about that. With 1 evolution chamber, he would have still maintained his lead in the game. And I don't think that he's going to make a mistake like this again. So if he can avoid letting Hellions roast his drones, then Jaedong has the advantage in this particular match, I feel.
Yeah.
Sendai is under a lot of pressure, you know, and it's also you face Jaedong. For a lot of Koreans, especially for the younger ones, this is a situation that you have to come to terms with, and that's not like empty talk. That's I really mean it like
actually
that.
true, yeah.
Exactly. When Boxer was playing, it was the same scenario. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Most of these younger pro gamers looked up to these players while they were kids, wanting to be pro gamers. Now they're living out their dreams, and they never thought they would necessarily be on TV playing against their hero. But in this case, Center is playing against JD. This is not going to be an easy match. Jaedong has really been taking a lot of players out recently. He's making a name for himself in StarCraft 2. He's really starting to show what people expected from him when he switched over from StarCraft 1.
The game is going live, guys. We are ready for a match. Jaedong up against Center. Daybreak is the map. Yes, the GSL up and downs with Colin Wolf.